Hi, I'm Bill Bampton. I'm the head gardener here at Heronswood. Today I'd like to talk to you about summer-proofing your garden. Here at Heronswood, our main key factor at keeping the garden summer-proof is our planting selection. If you choose the right plants that are adapted to your climate, you should be doing less watering and less work over summer. A drought-tolerant garden need not look like a cactus farm or a bushland setting or a municipal park. You can, with correct selection of plants from the Mediterranean, succulents from desert areas, and hardy annuals, you can have a beautiful cottage garden effect with drought-tolerant plants. I usually like to think of it in terms of mounds, grounds, and astounds. So you have mounded plants that give you structure, ground covers, which are like your living mulch, and astounds are just like things like, I can see we've got irises and we have gladioli, so little pops of colour through the year that just come up amongst the structure. The thing is to be creative and to look at what other people are growing in gardens around you and really find things that suit your area. And I think you'll find with the Diggers range, a lot of them are the traditional old garden plants that are proven to work within Australia. Combined with planting selection, the care of your soil is also key to having a good garden over summer. A lot of this work has to be done not in the summer period, but in the winter and spring before. It's including organic matter into your soil, improving the structure, and mainly we do that here through adding compost. Again, it's connecting the soil with the plants that you are growing. So a happy plant is an easy to care for plant. Watering will be something that may be keeping you busy over summer. One way to reduce watering is having the correct watering time. So water in the morning and evening when the sun's not out, so you're not losing water to evaporation. You can use drip irrigation. If you install drip irrigation, particularly in your vegetable patches, is a great way of delivering water straight to the plant roots where they need it. Simple things like tap timers can mean that you can set up a sprinkler and forget it without the worry of wasting water. And also think about storing water in your garden, whether it's just a small tank or even a simple rain garden, which is reducing the outflow from your downpipes and containing them within the garden. Watering is putting water into the soil, but also over summer you're wanting to reduce evapotranspiration or water leaving your soil. One way of doing this is covering the soil with what we call mulch. The best form of mulch, I believe, is plants. Nature abhors a vacuum, so if you keep your ground covered with plants, there's less space for them for the water to evaporate. You can actually have too much mulch because it can make your soil water repellent. So around about 5 to 7 centimetres. Bringing shade to your garden is an important part of making your garden livable over summer. Here we've got a beautiful arbour that we grow edible grapes on, and we've got roses growing up the side, Dutchman's pipe at the other end. But there's all sorts of ways of bringing shade without such grand structures as this. You can use bits of rebar to make little bowers formed into arches. The other important thing too is if you do get sunburnt plants, don't prune them back because those burnt areas are actually shading the areas below. So only prune when the heat wave is over. A green lawn helps cool down your house over summer. And one way to keep it green is not to mow quite as low as people like to do it, unless you've got a bowling green. Really about 5 centimetres is a great height, and that often avoids patches dying out under trees. In smaller gardens, potted plants are a great way of incorporating vegetables into your garden, but over summer they have a particular challenge because they're totally reliant on you to care for them. Grouping your plants together, even in pots, just like in the garden. So cactuses, succulents go in one section, and then high water plants get grouped together and you can water them on a lower frequency. Avoid doing a lot of the hard graft over summer. It's the time to be letting the plants do their own thing. Here you can see example, we've got rhubarb, beautiful edible mulch that's shading the soil. You're not digging, you're protecting the plants and harvesting them over summer. In summary, the key factors for having a good time in your garden over summer are plant selection, soil care, plant protection from pests and diseases, and incorporating shade into your garden. So I hope you can find a bit of shade in your garden over summer and have enjoyed this video.